lies the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Fox and Hounds. Journey through 90 years of history in the timbered stone structure. It's gorgeous. And when you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free 7 days a week. An amazing deal at an amazing place. Choice steaks, ribs, seafood, pasta, a big fresh salad, even the steak and lobster, any entree, your second dinner's free. The Fox and Hounds desserts, and I love those, and huge ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free. Unwind with an old-fashioned, a Manhattan, 20 bourbons on their bourbon list, over 100 fine wines, 8 elegant dining rooms with real wood-burning fireplaces. Wherever you live, it's worth the spectacular drive through the Kettle Moraine for your free dinner. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill, a Top Choice Award winner for fine dining and most romantic restaurant. Take your family to the Fox and Hounds this week. Half your dinners are free. I love this place. foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
At Gruber Law Offices, our biggest priority is the care and service we provide to our clients. We know accidents can be overwhelming, and we're here to help every step of the way. Call now. One call, that's all.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts. It's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
The place you want to go. Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 10:01, it's 37 degrees. Our high today, 44 near the lake, 53 inland. Will be plenty of sun, clear tonight and down to 32. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. The job cuts continuing in D.C. overnight. The Department of Education planning to cut nearly half of its workforce.
More than 1,300 employees are getting layoff notices, which Education Secretary Linda McMahon told Fox is
the first step of eliminating what I think is bureaucratic bloat.
A move that infuriates the National Education Association president.
The Trump administration is working to destroy public education.
Becky Pringle says the president,
he's working to take money out of our public schools and give it to billionaires and take it away from students who need more.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Overseas, officials with the Ukraine waiting for a response from Russia on a proposed 30-day partial ceasefire. ABC's James Longman says Russia has made overtures about being receptive to the deal.
Until now, Vladimir Putin says he doesn't want a ceasefire. We know he's gone on record as saying he only wants a deal which sees him keep the 20% of the Ukrainian territory he's currently occupying and more. In his eyes, there's still more of Ukraine that he wants.
A spokesperson for the Kremlin saying today Russia will want to first get specifics directly from the U.S. and that a, quote, summit phone call may be in the cards. Here at home, the Wisconsin Elections Commission meets later today and could take further action regarding nearly 200 uncounted ballots in the city of Madison during the 2024 general election. Last week, the commission voted to force Madison city workers to sit for depositions that likely will include City Clerk Mary Beth Witzel Bell. Rebecca Scher and Jacobs called several of the decisions made by the city clerk's office, quote, nonsensical last week.
The idea that you should print out your poll books 2 weeks before the election in the city of Madison, where you have a population of students who notoriously vote the weekend before, that is a nonsensical decision.
The commission has not yet said whether they believe Witzel-Bell acted illegally or improperly. As a deadline for the city of Milwaukee to show progress on getting school resource officers back into Milwaukee Public Schools nears this weekend, SRO training continues this week for 38 Milwaukee police officers. Director of Operations Matt Hardy with NASRO, the National Association of School Resource Officers, telling TMJ4 News the SROs will play a vital role in a child's learning experience.
We're there to make sure these students' learning environment is safe for them to learn in.
The training through NASRO began Monday and will finish one day before Saturday's court-imposed deadline. The city and MPS have agreed to split the cost of implementing SROs 50-50. And warming temperatures later this week could also bring southeast Wisconsin's first shot at severe weather in 2025. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore says low pressure is currently in the Pacific Northwest, but it will sweep into Wisconsin late Friday.
Late Friday night and into the early morning hours on Saturday, we're likely looking at a band of showers and thunderstorms rolling in. With that initial band of showers and thunderstorms, there is the chance for a couple strong to severe storms. Highest risk for that will be towards southwestern Wisconsin.
We'll have your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in about 4 minutes. Time now for news about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Not a great start again today for the Dow. It's been a rough week, and they're down 361 points at this hour, almost 0.9%, 41,073 right now. The NASDAQ had some earlier gains. They were up by over 150 points earlier this morning. Those early gains have trickled away, now up just 39 this hour at 17,475, while the S&P 500 falling 16 points this hour at 5,556. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are coming up next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10:05.
How do we keep our prices so low? That's easy. We've removed the middlemen. Yep, most landscape suppliers have a couple of them in there, and that's okay. But each one of those men in the middle means a higher cost for your mulch, decorative stone, flagstone, and boulders. Feel free to check around. For the quality of our products, you won't find better prices. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You know, most mulch is reclaimed from landfills, but Erickson's mulch is ground from whole trees. Yep, we process the mulch ourselves to keep the prices nice and low, and use only premium colorant so the beautiful look of new mulch lasts. At Erickson's, we never skimp, and that's why first-time shoppers become repeat customers. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button.
Your European experts at Fox World Travel are ramping up and busy as ever. With the trending spring and summer European travel season, Fox European experts mean you can maximize your time soaking up the warm weather, blooming flowers, and vibrant landscapes without worrying about your travel or missing a moment. Port hop along the Mediterranean with Celebrity or Holland America, or design your own bucket list adventure with Globus. Visit us online or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Your European immersion awaits.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Here comes the inbound pass. Nemhard gets it to Halliburton, off balance, the three, he hits it with a foul. You have got to be kidding me.
No, we're not kidding, Dave. Dave came with the call on WTMJ. A last-ditch three for Tyrese Halliburton goes in Tuesday night. Pacers beat the Bucks 115-114 on the 4-point play, coupled with a Giannis foul and bonus free throw. Head coach Doc Rivers accepting responsibility for the play after the game.
There was miscommunication there. I always think that's on me and on my staff, not on our guys. And we'll have to figure it out because that's a play that should never happen.
The two teams meet again this weekend in Milwaukee. Next up for the Bucks, a home tilt Thursday against the Lakers. And the Brewers an off day today in the desert. They'll face the White Sox tomorrow in Glendale. Checking the roads, your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Nothing big on the roads right now. Nice, easy drive for you this Wednesday morning. Full freeway speeds and no major incidents or delays. And your WTMJ forecast, plenty of sun across southeast Wisconsin today. Mid-40s for highs near the lake, 53 inland. Clear tonight down to 32. More sun for your Thursday, 50s for all. Low 50s near the lake, up to 60 inland. Then partly cloudy, warmer even still on Friday, 61 lakeside, 70 inland. We are watching for some thunderstorms that will move through late Friday into early day Saturday. Mostly cloudy, dropping temps, a high of 57. Then Sunday, mostly cloudy, some flurries possible, and a high of 39 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's partly cloudy and 39. Green Bay, clouds and 38. Waukesha, mostly cloudy, 39. And in Milwaukee, sun with some high clouds and 37. I'm Adam Roberts. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10:09.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy Wednesday. We are always proudly presented by the good people at Horicon Bank. Actually, I drove through Horicon on Sunday on our way to Beaver Dam. Drove right past the Lake Street Horicon location, right past the Industrial Drive location in Beaver Dam. We were at Wayland Academy on Sunday for basketball. This really cool old school dome that was built in 1967, the Janik Fieldhouse. Really, really cool venue. Speaking of venues, the summer concert season is right around the corner for sure. And by fall, of course, we're going to have another concert venue here, right here in beautiful downtown Milwaukee in the Deer District. I saw this week that the job to run that venue is now posted. Live Nation has a job posting, simply says LN Concerts General Manager, Milwaukee Ballroom. If you're passionate and motivated and driven with an entrepreneurial spirit, resourceful, innovative, forward-thinking, and committed, Live Nation Entertainment, our people embrace these qualities. If this sounds like you, then please read on. The listing says that venue, of course, slated to open this fall, but the job is now posted to run the venue. On today's show, Rich Kirchen, senior reporter at the Milwaukee Business Journal, is going to join us in the second half. We'll have some breaking news around the EU and how it may affect Harley-Davidson. We'll talk coal sales, plunging a bit. I got some more ideas on how the retailer can turn it around. We'll look at what's next at the UWM campus in Washington County. And will Bob Uecker's classic Usingers, those old school Usingers television commercials, will they live on for this coming season? All of that and much, much more. But as we do each and every morning, let's go to Up.
Now it's time for the Two Up on the Upswing.
So what airline do you think is going to blink first? And do they have to? And I really, really wonder if it's brand suicide time for Southwest. I mean, yesterday, Southwest Airlines announced that beginning May 28th, it's going to end its free bags policy, right? The airline that forever has told us bags fly free. It's been the calling card for the company throughout its 54-year history. And now, what's the difference? What is the difference between airlines? Why would we fly one airline over another? What's Southwest going to do? Bags fly, but now for a fee? I don't know. And I realize and understand truly that it's all about incremental revenue, and you got to appreciate that. All major U.S. airlines charge for checked bags now. You're looking between $25 and $100 per bag, depending upon the airline and the fare type. But it makes you wonder, is one airline now, is there an opportunity here? You zig when they zag. What airline could eliminate its checked bag fees? I don't know. I mean, could you do the Delta Double? 2 bags for $1? Or how about the American Advantage? Bags fly free on weekends. A Spirit Smackdown. What do you think, Jazz? All bright yellow bags fly for $10? That's a great idea. United We Care. Come on, United Airlines. Let's kill the fees. Embrace your name and unite for consumers. I don't know. There's an opportunity here, and maybe it's just short term, but I think an airline needs to react and step up. We shall see. Staying on that travel theme, the Cadillac of baby strollers is seemingly a Lamborghini. Yes, indeed. Luxury car maker Lamborghini is getting into the baby gear game by partnering with British nursery brand Silver Cross. Get this, they're only making 500 of these strollers. It's going to have automotive-inspired brake pedals,
hand-finished handlebars, high-end performance suede and Italian leather. It's going to come with this high-gloss polycarbonate carry cot, suspension wheels, and a cup holder. Lamborghini strollers. It's only going to cost you $5,000. Indeed. Traveling with that child, not getting any less expensive. Coming up next, we're going to take a look because we need to always keep an eye on what Elon and Mark Cuban are doing. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Whatever you want to call this season, we're over it. Time to look forward to...
Fly ball, right field. It is deep. It is gone!
Spring training is finally here and back on the radio.
Back again and gone again for Hoskins.
Make sure to catch our next spring training broadcast as the Brewers take on the Giants Friday at 3. No matter the season, we are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank, they've been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Now at Menards, save big money on everything to update your home. Easily create your dream kitchen with Clearview Cabinetry. With so many styles to choose from, you'll be sure to find plenty of options that you'll love. Start your project today and save big on Clearview Cabinetry. Visit Menards.com to view our entire selection of Clearview cabinets today. Plus, check out the weekly flyer for many other great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources today. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org. Paid for by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
It's time for Musk versus Cuban on The Upswing.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We like to keep an eye on what Elon and Mark Cuban are doing on social media. There's so much to scroll, so much content to take in. So don't worry, we'll do the work for you. Mark Cuban's always reminding us, and that's what I appreciate about him. He's reminding us about the cost beyond the cost, the decision after the decision, and taking a little bit more of a holistic, large-scale view. Yesterday on Blue Sky, Mark Cuban says, one of my companies informed me that they canceled a $2 million conference in Florida. Why? Well, they just didn't feel like they could pass on the incremental cost of tariffs to the convention goers. So they are cutting expenses. That's a city and state that just lost a ton of tourism revenue. The cost of tariffs isn't just the cost of the tariff. Meanwhile, Elon Musk, Elon and Doge are cutting credit card access for federal employees. Have you heard about this? He'll often post. This is a creative way that Elon likes to use his X platform. They'll post on the Doge account, and then he'll reshare it to amplify the reach. Kind of like what he did yesterday. So Doge posts weekly credit card update, pilot program with 16 agencies to audit unused, unneeded credit cards. After 3 weeks, 200,000 cards have been deactivated. Great progress this past week by the Interior and HHS government. As a reminder, at the start of the audit, there were 4.6 million active cards and accounts. So there's still more work to do. Elon simply replied to his 219.5 million followers. Even after canceling 200,000 cards, there are still twice as many government credit cards as there are government employees. Always creative, always amplifying the message. I guess that's what you get to do when you own the platform. When we come back, I'm going to take a little deeper dive into Kohl's earnings and sales in the fourth quarter and offer some suggestions as to the future of the company. And we're going to look into 3 food, commerce, and community happenings that are going on right now. This is the Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, we profile the average John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they got up one morning that they'd be saving a life, becoming everyday heroes.
Ryan Lathrop, school bus driver, coming his way, a semi-truck in the other lane, and it's creeping over the center line.
Tried to get around him, see if I couldn't avoid him, and he ended up going right down the side of my bus. I don't feel that I'm a hero. I did just doing my job.
Everyday Hero, Thursdays at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News, presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
The most common reason pain sufferers come to us is to be able to perform their daily tasks without suffering through them. Grandparents who want to be able to take their grandkids on walks and to the park. Or those that just want to be able to get out of their vehicle with more ease than pain. Rejuvenex pain treatments can help, and the sooner you get to calming down that pain, the better it will be. These are powerful, FDA-approved pain treatments precisely administered with an extremely small needle to get to the root of your pain. And before you know it, you'll feel the anti-inflammatory power of Toradol and the cushioning relief of hyaluronic acid. Positive patient results are regularities, not rarities. And we do this conveniently in office, so it's very easy for you. And we're in network with most insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, which could mean zero out-of-pocket costs for your pain relief treatment. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
This is Jeff Johnson.
And I'm Jason Johnson.
And together we're part of Johnson & Sons Paving.
Get your parking lot ready now for spring and avoid paying for extra repairs later on.
We'll come out to your property and walk it with you.
Potholes, damaged asphalt, damaged concrete, standing water, you name it. We'll talk to you about your options and fix it.
Plan a budget, set up an overall schedule with Johnson & Sons Paving.
It's all about doing it right the first time. Call us today to schedule a walkthrough and free estimate.
JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Thank you for being here. We have three things I want to cover in kind of the food and community and commerce world that are going on today and tomorrow. The 4th annual Tosa Restaurant Week returns to the city beginning tomorrow, which is March 13th, and it's going to run through the 22nd. I love these Restaurant Week promotions because it gives just such a unique opportunities for not only the local businesses to shine and spotlight what they're known for, but an opportunity for us as consumers to go to a location, to go to a village, to go to a community that maybe we don't go to and kind of restaurant and bar hop. Lots of restaurants, bars, bakeries offering deals on food and drinks and goods and creations. Just a couple that I'm seeing. The Village Cheese Shop has this amazing Saturday bagel and a mimosa deal, like $15, I think. Also, they're offering $2 off of all their sandwiches. You look at a place called Kelly's Greens, a buy one, get one hot toddy. You know, it's still a little crisp out there. We could all use a good hot toddy. And then you look at the Explorer and Brew Pub in Tosa. You get a classic burger and a beer for $12. So, again, a great way. Get to Wauwatosa, experience all that community has in the food and beverage scene for Tosa Restaurant Week. Also, today at Wisconsin State Fair Park is the Wisconsin Food and Hospitality Expo. Now, this isn't really a public event. It's not one you're going to go to like the auto show. But if you are in the space, the restaurant, dining, bar club space, or you're thinking of opening a restaurant, this is a great event for you to get to. I think it's $29 or $34 to get in, depending on your membership status in the Wisconsin Restaurant Association or the Wisconsin Bakers Association. But a wonderful way to just taste and touch and test all the latest products all under one roof. So that's happening today out at State Fair Park. And then my third thing in the food world that you need to know about that, really, all these decisions happening in D.C. now, they all get to the local level at some point, right? Trump administration and DOJ kind of turned their sights a little bit to the kids' school lunch programs. Almost kind of one of the latest casualties in the cuts in the federal government. Now, you look at the School Nutrition Association and what they want in terms of bringing healthy, reliable food to kids. They're cutting $1 billion in costs at the Department of Agriculture, which means about $660 million of those funds will no longer go to feeding kids in schools with local food. There's this program called the Local Food for Schools Cooperative Agreement Program, where the funds are meant to go back into local farms to purchase healthy, local, and regional foods for school meals supplied by local farmers and ranchers. It's federal funds, of course, but the federal funds are being used on a hyperlocal, regional level to support farmers or food banks or other organizations that can supply food to local schools. There's always a reaction to every action, so you got to be mindful of how these cuts could impact us on a local level. We'll dive in a little bit more to the future of Kohl's when Rich Kirchen at the Milwaukee Business Journal joins us in the second half of the show. But if you missed it yesterday, Kohl's Corporation said that sales declined 9.4% during the pivotal holiday time, kind of the fourth quarter of last year. Overall sales were down 7.2% for the year. Kohl's reported a profit of $48 million, but this compares to a $186 million profit for the 2023 fourth quarter. So that's a 74.2% decline in profit for the fourth quarter. A lot of issues really were self-inflicted over many years of decisions, said the still somewhat new CEO Ashley Buchanan. We have a very local customer. When I toured the stores, said Buchanan, I heard how much they love Kohl's. And what I realized was we're kind of making it harder for them to love us. Buchanan said that any changes that are currently in the hopper will take time, of course, before the benefits could be realized. Sales continue to decrease, even as the company is looking at a bunch of strategic moves that I think are really good ones. You know, that they are adding Babies R Us. They're expanding around women's dresses. They're moving juniors departments a little bit more towards the front, enhancing that store experience. More gifts And they're focusing on jewelry, which I think is a unique value proposition there. But, the CEO, who is now the third to lead the company in 4 years, has a lot of things on his plate. And we'll talk about the future of Kohl's Cash in the next segment. But quickly, a couple of my ideas, and I've said this before, but I need to reiterate them because I care about this Wisconsin-based company. You got to continue, I think, to invest in e-commerce and really improve the online shopping experience. I think there's an opportunity there for Kohl's. Next, you got to revitalize the store experience and the product offerings. Focus on offering a curated selection of products that appeal to the current consumer trends. You really got to go look at upscale socks underwear. I think there's a win there, even with private labels. Kohl's brands, that's what it's known for. Dive all into it. How about a private label with Sephora? Make something unique to Kohl's with your already partner, Sephora. And then, as we'll talk about next, enhance and modernize Kohl's Cash. Open it up. Make it more digital. Those are my ideas. Take them as you will. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 10:30, ABC News, and then local headlines are next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Inflation slowed last month, the first time since September. The Consumer Price Index increased 2.8% from February from a year ago, but that's down from 3% the previous month. Following the steel and aluminum tariffs that went into effect at midnight, the European Union announcing a retaliatory trade action with new duties on U.S. farm and other products. The Education Department, the latest to announce widespread layoffs. The administration says it's an attempt to streamline the agency, but National Education Association President Becky Pringle says,
"You cannot fire half of your staff and think you are going to meet the needs of all of the students in every school district across this nation. That's not possible. No one believes that."
Longtime Democratic Senator Jean Shaheen from New Hampshire has announced she will not be seeking re-election. She is the third Democratic senator to recently announce retirement, making a Democratic comeback in the Senate less likely. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 10:31. I'm Adam Roberts. Some breaking news this morning from the city of Madison, where the city clerk there, Mary Beth Witzel Bell, has been placed on administrative leave. This is amidst an ongoing investigation by the Wisconsin Elections Commission into nearly 200 ballots going uncounted during the 2024 November general election. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway saying in a statement this morning, quote, "Given the nature of the issues being investigated, we felt this was a necessary step to maintain public confidence in the operations of our clerk's office," end quote. City Attorney Michael Haas will take over as city clerk on an interim basis. The Elections Commission set to meet later this afternoon regarding the ballot issue. A 15-year-old boy charged with killing his mother in her Franksville home set to appear in court again today. Investigators say Reed Galinsky may have been inspired by a Netflix documentary on the Menendez brothers when he allegedly hit his mother with a dumbbell before repeatedly stabbing her. Court setting bail for Galinsky at $1 million. And a former Green Bay youth tennis coach pleading no contest to charges of child enticement and sexual exploitation. Joshua Denault alleged to have secretly recorded inappropriate videos of underage girls during tennis practice at the Four Seasons Club in Alloway. Denault's sentencing scheduled for May 20th. Time now for news about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow was off 369 points this hour at 41,065. The NASDAQ still in the green, now up 131 points at 17,568, and the S&P 500 up 9 at 5,581. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Let's check the roads. Your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Right now we have a broken down vehicle on the ramp from Hampton to 4145 North, and that is it for incidents right now, so a minor one at that. Your drive times are looking good, full freeway speeds across the system. And your WTMJ forecast for today, mostly sunny, 44 near the lake, 53 inland, clear skies tonight and down to 32. Mostly sunny for your Thursday, 50 near the lake, close to 60 degrees inland. We might crack 70 away from the lake on Friday. We will be watching for some rain and some stronger thunderstorms, potentially moving through late Friday into early morning Saturday. Mostly cloudy for the rest of the day Saturday, 57 the high, down to 39 with some flurries possible on Sunday. Right now in downtown Milwaukee, we've got mostly sunny skies and 37. I'm Adam Roberts. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10:34.
A Friday Lent fish fry is a family tradition. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Don't wait until Friday. During Lent, the amazing Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford serves their all-you-can-eat fish fry on Wednesday and Friday. And check this part out. It's $7.99. That's great value. Inflation's tough. They've got your back at the Mine Chef. It's the best fish fry value anywhere, and it's delicious. I love the Mine Chef fish fry. Every Wednesday, kids and grandkids 5 and under eat free from the kids' menu, and then they can safely play in that world-class game room quietly set aside from the dining area while you finish up dinner. Just perfect. The full super affordable menu is, of course, always available. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive to the Mine Chef today for your Wednesday all-you-can-eat Lenten fish fry, and it's just $7.99. Desserts are buy one, get one free. I love that. In beautiful downtown Hartford and just off the interstate in Oshkosh, it's the Mine Chef. Big food, big fun. Thursdays, buy one pizza, get a second pizza free. Check them out at minechefrestaurant.com.
Hey, boaters! Inexperienced boaters are more than welcome here, because at Kendor Marine you'll find all the answers to your questions on parts, installation, troubleshooting, and the best part is, when we figure out what you need, we can grab it from our massive inventory of boat parts and supplies that no one around can match. I'm Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Hey, boaters!
Where else are you going to find weather stripping for a 77 Carver? That's what he said, and I don't know the answer to that one, but he sure was glad he found it here. I'm Dave Doro with Kendor Marine, and when it comes to boat parts and supplies, we have it all. If you're a boater and you need it, we got it. And that's why you got to get here. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We are joined in studio by senior reporter at the Milwaukee Business Journal, Rich Kirchen. Rich, always appreciate your time.
Sure, Jeff.
All right. So, seeing a little bit of breaking news here that the EU has retaliated against Trump's trade moves and hitting beef whiskey motorcycles with targeted retaliatory tariffs. What impact do you think? I mean, obviously, a lot of those items hit hard right here in Wisconsin, but the tariffs already on steel, aluminum have impacts, of course, on Harley-Davidson.
Yeah, well, you forgot to mention bourbon and boats also are on the list of the retaliatory tariffs that the EU announced. It was overnight U.S. time, I think. It was yesterday in Europe. But 50% retaliatory tariffs in response to the Trump administration imposing steel and aluminum tariffs worldwide. And since they mentioned motorbikes, as they call them in Europe, that clearly targets Harley-Davidson being the largest, by far, American motorcycle manufacturer. My initial research is that Harley was still under a 25% tariff from the previous Trump administration that had been imposed by Europe. So this would increase. The company would be affected, I guess, in two ways. One, already by, if to the extent that they use steel and aluminum imported from other countries, that would increase Harley's manufacturing costs. And then on the other hand, if there is, in fact, a 50% tariff imposed on Harley-Davidson's exports to Europe, that would pretty much make their bikes not competitive in the European market.
Yeah. Well, obviously, a different kind of separate path here, but this week they also company announced kind of an ultra exclusive vehicle. Is this going after a new customer niche? Is it, I don't want to say gimmick, but like what's the news behind a new high-end ride for Harley?
Well, it's a limited edition. I mean, they're talking about making 131 of these bikes that sell for $110,000. It's their Road Glide, which normally sells for about $45,000 new.
Okay.
And the 131 is a reference to the new 131 motor that has I forget how many horsepower, but it's fast and it's just sort of a one-off, as I understand it. I don't know that it's going to be something that they're going to continue making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it could pull in a new customer, perhaps. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I get titanium exhaust pipes, and you save some pounds there. So it's going to be fast, and it's going to be, like you said, limited edition. So you maybe bring in a higher-end niche customer that isn't currently buying Harley Davidson.
Right. And it seems like they've been emphasizing the macho this year. When they rolled out their new models for 2025, the video was very macho, trying to get their mojo back after last year when they were criticized for being woke with their DEI policy. This is about as macho as you can get. And it's based on, they actually have a Harley Davidson racing team. And the CEO Jochen Zeitz says this is as close to a street legal racing bike as you can get.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, Harley's loyal customers continue to age, and the customers, hey, if you're interested in buying a high-end exclusive bike, maybe this is going to bring in a new customer base for them. I like the move. We'll see how it pans out. When we come back, I want to get Rich's take on Kohl's Cash opening up. We talked before the break about sales numbers in the fourth quarter for Kohl's, but now there's some new plans around Kohl's Cash and what brands are included in the discounts. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Are you ready to shake things up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee? All you gotta do is toss your rewards card into your favorite slots for drawing entries and a chance to be in the Roll for Riches game show. What's on the table? Oh, just $300K in cash and prizes. Play this March, and Thursday nights, you could get on a winning streak that, frankly, you deserve. Let it ride and Roll for Riches. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
If you're a woman looking to take control of your financial future, you are not alone. Women are leading the way in business and managing household finances, but challenges still exist. That's why Annex Wealth Management presents the Women in Wealth series every third Thursday. It'll empower you with knowledge and resources to succeed. Join us for collaborative discussions, community building, and learn about key areas of financial planning. Women in Wealth events are free every third Thursday. Sign up at annexwealth.com/events and bring a friend.
Get out and enjoy your yard. Outdoor Living Unlimited puts cool stuff in your yard. Patios, decks, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, screen rooms, even in-ground pools. You dream it, we design it together, then Outdoor Living Unlimited installs it for you. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Many times, patients have symptoms they didn't know were actually related to their airway breathing issues.
I was suffering from sinus issues, jaw issues, and neck pain
I guess I just kind of had my breaking point.
Unfortunately, this is typical. But until you get to the root of your problem, it's going to just persist. Fortunately, Jody took action, and the results were typical as well.
My quality of life is so different. But one of the first things that I noticed was my breathing. I don't ever remember being able to breathe like that.
Being able to breathe freely is life-changing, and the effects can go beyond that.
Sleeping better, having more energy, and it seemed as if all of those symptoms that I had just melted away.
And thank heavens for that, because at Advent, results are what drive us, helping you breathe well so you can live better.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We're joined by Rich Kirchen, senior reporter at the Milwaukee Business Journal, going through business headlines. Always changes in the retail world. Kohl's, locally, Menominee Falls based, is coming up with new ideas to expand the reach of Kohl's Cash, kind of given falling sales in fourth quarter last year. Rich, I've always thought that there's a big opportunity here for Kohl's to modernize and update the approach with Kohl's Cash. It's kind of it's a print thing mainly. It gets put on the app, but I think there's a lot of opportunities to personalize it. But also, it seems like they want to add more brands to the deal program.
Yeah, well, you get when you check out at Kohl's too, they print out a coupon for you as well with Kohl's Cash, and I have to admit that I don't really use it. I give it to my daughter, and she does what she does. But so the new Ashley Buchanan, the new CEO, is evaluating everything, and he's saying that they had eliminated too many brands from Kohl's Cash. You couldn't use it for those brands. He did not say which brands. But these are the national brands, and apparently they had eliminated even brands that didn't want to be excluded. So that being said, he said they're having conversations with some of these national brands to see whether they fit and agree to be part of Kohl's Cash. So, the idea being to make it easier in this era of discount retail for Kohl's to be a player.
Yeah, I mean, you want to take away the friction for sure, and you want to simplify the shopping experience, especially in store. But I think there's also that opportunity online for Kohl's to modernize Kohl's.com and integrate in Kohl's Cash on that platform too, because people have come to expect it and they want a deal. And I think there's a really good opportunity to continue to position Kohl's Cash in this kind of modern new era for retail. All right. Well, modern new era in baseball always. You had a good story last week regarding Bob Uecker's continued legacy with Usinger's famous sausage. Will those television spots continue in this upcoming new season?
Yeah, well, I talked to Fritz Usinger last week after, hearing the latest Usinger's radio commercial on a Brewers game right here on 620 WTMJ.
Ding, ding.
Hey. Anyway, and what Fritz told me is I had a couple of questions. What are you going to do with the advertising that featured Bob? And what about the products that you sell with his identification on there?
Yeah.
And they are continuing, and I saw him at the store this weekend. They're still selling the Mr. Baseball brats and the Mr. Baseball beef franks, and a portion of the proceeds, with the agreement of Bob's family, will continue to go to charity. As far as the television ads, when I was talking with Fritz last week, he said they hadn't decided yet whether they're going to do, the Feinste Wurste commercials that have been running for years.
All right. Well, I always enjoyed those. There's kind of a beautiful old school feel to them, and it will be good to see those hopefully continuing on the television airwaves this upcoming season. When we come back, more with Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. Water Council CEO is retiring. What's the next steps for this legacy organization in the community? Where will its new home be? And I have Rich Kirchen give us a little preview of next week's 40 Under 40 at the Milwaukee Business Journal. Many, many years ago, young reporter, Rich Kirchen, got to write a little profile for a young Jeff Sherman in the 40 Under 40. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit, too. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Wisconsin's Midday News, bringing you the latest in news.
A Waukesha County judge rules the Slenderman stabbing defendant Morgan Geyser can proceed with conditional release.
Traffic.
We do have a new crash that just popped up minutes ago in Milwaukee.
Sports.
Milwaukee making official the signing of veteran left-handed pitcher Jose Quintana.
And weather.
Here we go. Snow. Might need your galoshes.
Join Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty, only on WTMJ.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's sponsored jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Things are getting even cheaper at Fleet Farm during Chick Days, March 6th through the 12th. We've got the most popular poultry breeds, all at the best prices guaranteed. Plus, get great deals on other chickening needs too, like 20% off Little Giant feeders and waterers. 40 pounds of Nature-Wise protein crumble is on sale for $16.99. And Kamek and Tamarack boots for the coop are all 25% off. Eggers, Leghorns, Reds. Now's the best time to get them during Fleet Farm Chick Days.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Tell us a little bit about Innovative Signs.
We're located out in Waukesha. Where we are really focused mostly is manufacturing outdoor electrical signs.
You came to Horicon Bank. How do you think other local businesses can benefit?
When I call, Michelle picks up the phone, and when I email, she responds in a timely manner. A few years ago, I talked to my accountant about shopping around looking for a different bank just to get some alternatives, and he said, absolutely not. You're not going to like working for a big bank. They have a lot more regulations. So that's how we got involved with Cornerstone Bank. When Horicon purchased Cornerstone, we came along for the ride, and it's been great.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We're joined by Rich Kirchen, senior reporter at the Milwaukee Business Journal. Business headlines. The Dean Amhouse, Rich, is the founding president and CEO at the Water Council here in the area. What's next steps for Dean?
Yeah, well, Dean, hard to believe, but he has led that organization for 15 years, during which time they've experienced a lot of growth, expanded their facilities in the Walker's Point area of Milwaukee, just south of downtown. He's retiring, and a few days after they announced his retirement at age 66, the Water Council Board of Directors announced that they were going to be an affiliate of the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce. Now, we don't know exactly what that means in terms of the business arrangement, but it's notable development.
Yeah, and obviously it's a nimble but very powerful organization in terms of what it's doing to create kind of regional economic growth. So it makes sense to have that strategic alignment with MMAC. Guessing they'll do a national search for the new executive director?
That's the plan. Yeah, I think they have, I'm trying to remember from the story I wrote about Dean's retirement, I think they have maybe a half dozen employees. So it's not a large organization, but I believe their operating budget is around $2 million. They convene people from the water industry nationwide, maybe even internationally here in Milwaukee for events and education, seminars, and so forth. And there are a number of Milwaukee area businesses that are directly involved with the Water Council.
Yeah. Yeah. And you go back, I mean, Dean's been a passionate evangelist, if you will, for the region most of his career. He used to be the executive director of the Spirit of Milwaukee. And the Spirit of Milwaukee, if you remember, was created with funds from the sale of Midwest Express Airlines to be a promotional entity for Milwaukee. So going back in my career, worked with Dean through the years, and he's always been really strategic in terms of how he packages and promotes and positions the region. So the staff there, the team there has done a great job to position the Milwaukee area as a resource around fresh water. Next week, Wednesday, is the annual 40 Under 40 event for the Milwaukee Business Journal. Want to tell us all about that and kind of what 40 Under 40 kind of means to you. You've been doing profiles for 40 Under 40 for a long time.
Let's just say it's been a while since I would have qualified, but I was a member of the news staff, so really could not be considered for the honor, unlike a certain host of the Upswing, which we'll talk about. But yeah, it's been around since the early part of the 90s, and it's recognizes people who are making things happen who are under the age of 40. We pick 40 of them. Yes. Most of them are in business, but there's some in nonprofits and in education and some other healthcare, other areas of the local economy. And it's a great event. We these days, just getting people under 40 to even be aware of a newspaper, it helps us on that front.
Yeah.
Newspaper and website, MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com. But our editors, we get something like 300 submissions every year, nominations, and they pick out specifically 40.
Yeah.
And we write many profiles on them that appear online and in our print edition. And then we throw an event, and the last few years it's been at the Miller High Life Theater downtown. We sort of use the lower deck of that. We get, I think, 600 or so guests, if you include the honorees and sponsors, and then their family, friends, colleagues. Yeah. It's a great celebration of the next generation of leaders in the southeast Wisconsin region.
Yeah, it's really become a signature event for the community and just a great way to spotlight so many people that are doing amazing things.
Yes.
Yeah, I will share this on my social accounts, but here is the Business Journal print edition if you're watching on YouTube. December 1st, the year 2000. My little profile written by Rich Kirchen. You said some wonderful things, so I appreciate it. I had some hair back in 2000, which, makes the photo
I'm
beautiful.
Guessing I did as well.
Yes.
So, yes. Right. We were trying to figure out where that interview took place, but at the time you were involved in some, it was a sports-related businesses.
Yeah, Wisconsin Sports Authority, and we were just starting on Milwaukee.com. And you interviewed one of my former bosses, Carl Miller, at Miller Communications. And Carl said some nice things and saying, I predict that whether it's this on Milwaukee or something else, that he'll be successful. So thanks for interviewing Carl, and thanks for the kind words.
Hey, you're welcome.
40 Under 40 next Wednesday at the Miller High Life
It is a private
Theater.
event.
Yes, indeed. But a showcase for all the good commerce and community that happens in Greater Milwaukee. Rich, always appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jeff.
Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News.
I'm John Mercure. Welcome to our Everyday Health feature, sponsored by